Okay, welcome to the Beautiful Heart Show. We're very lucky this afternoon to have a special guest of Filipino descent, the City Mayor of Milpitas, Mayor Jose Joe Esteves. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
And I have also a friend here,
Joyce.
Joyce Sampson, an active civic leader in the community. We will have a very informal conversation. We know that you are one of our most respectable leaders here in the Silicon Valley. So just to give our viewers some idea that a Filipino can also be a leader in the city, especially in the city of Milpitas. So can you shoot the first question, Joyce?
Yes, Mayor, we're really so proud of your achievements here in the Valley. And, you know, every time Filipinos, you know, we talk about your, what do you call this, your, seated as a mayor here, everybody would say, wow, is he Filipino? Of course he's Filipino, and we're really proud of him. And what are the most, what do you call this, the most important achievements that you would cherish and would be, you know, more into putting more when the other generations would be sitting also, Mayor, like the young generations right now. What can you tell them about your being a mayor of Milpitas, especially our Filipino young children right now, young men, young people?
First, I want to state that a Filipino can be a leader anywhere around the world.
Yes.
Yes.
Only Filipinos, but we can do it. Now, to be an exceptional, but we have to be exceptional leader. I would rather say that.
Yes.
And it counts. Like for me, for example, I always look at accomplishments. For example, I focus and value education over youth. It's very important for
Yes.
families. That's why my first project, which I proposed, I'm the project founder, and I'm the project lead of that project too, was our state-of-the-art library, which we completed on budget and schedule. And now people can see the many benefits of the big library, such that even non-Milpitas residents come here to use the library. And I'm happy because they're all our young people, and they will be the future. Of course, we treasure our values as Asian Americans or Filipino Americans especially. That's why we have a respect for our elders. That's why my second project also is the new senior center. Because it's about time that we always honor our grandparents, parents, because after all, I always believe that they got major contributions to our community and to ourselves. So I also had that project, proposed the project with a team of seniors, and again, we finished it on budget and schedule, and people can see that's well used day in, day out for many seniors. And in addition to that, I also had a project during my term, which is the senior housing. Because in this place, many seniors need financial assistance. So that's why one of the priority projects that I had also is senior housing. And many other physical projects, like our housing development, neighborhood development, and economic development. But the second part is, in addition to accomplishment, is character. That's why when I started as mayor of Milpitas, one of the ordinances that we prepared is the ethics in government. Because we have to show that we do beyond the legal, that we're very ethical, that when we are here, this is a position of trust, and being so, let's not have any personal advantage in this position. In other words, let's not take the position as a position of power or getting some perks. That is a position for service. And that's very important for everybody to know, that this is not a place to build wealth, but to build a good career for service to the people. Okay?
Well, Mayor, we are not only seen here in the Silicon Valley, we will be seen also all over the world. And
Okay.
perhaps most Filipinos would wonder, where did you come from? In you know,
The
what
Philippines,
province?
yeah.
And yes,
Yes.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm very proud of my origin. I'm always very proud to say I'm a Filipino. I originated from the Philippines. I was born in the Gupan city,
Oh.
Pangasinan.
Okay.
So I speak Pangasinan, Ilocano, and of course Tagalog. And which I don't forget. And I grew up in Pangasinan, studied in Manila,
Mm.
and came here in my early 30s
Wow.
from the Philippines. So I've worked there, and I've tasted a good life there as well. I'm happy of our country, the Philippines.
Mhm. And perhaps you are academically prepared for this position too.
Yes, well, I think so. That's another thing, you know. It counts to have some good education when we assume responsibilities like my position or any career position that you will have. I have 2 engineering degrees, civil and industrial engineering, and I took MBA at the University of the Philippines. Those things help a lot for me to be able to say I am competent for the job. It adds.
Wow.
And in addition to that, even here in the States, I managed to attend a communications academy at UCLA, Anderson School of Management, and also a School of Government at the John F. Kennedy at Harvard University. So what I'm saying is, in addition to actual experiences and work, that we have to augment and strengthen our capability through education.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And of course, experience-wise, Mayor, how did you start public service?
Okay. Well, for me, public service is not necessarily an elected position.
Right.
So me and my wife or my family has been very, enthusiastic about volunteering in our community, in our church, and of course, in the city. It's always good to get involved and be informed and have a contribution,
That's true.
because I've always believed that although we have our own self, our family, that the community should be our extended family, but that we should all care about. So even not being an elected official, I have been volunteering and been part of many nonprofit groups with different causes, different advocacies,
Yes.
from charity to educational to cultural.
And even religious,
And
maybe.
I've been very religious
Yes.
too, of course. That's why I said church activity.
Right.
Because, it's good to get involved in a community
That's
with
true.
people. Because that's when you're able to be together, work together, and do something bigger for somebody else.
Right. Wow.
And what is amazing, Joyce, is Mayor Esteves is kind of undefeated mayor.
Yes.
For how
Also,
long? How many terms, Mayor?
Yeah, I'm serving my 6th term as mayor. Of course, we have term limit, 3 terms is term limit. I had to get out for 1 term, that's 2 years. And I'm just very lucky and very grateful to the people of Milpitas, the voters, for electing me again. In spite of of course, I would say good opposition every election. Because there's some other people also that would like to be mayor, but you just have to show that, you're more qualified and you deserve. You're more deserving.
Yes.
than
I remember,
the others.
Mayor, I attended one of your campaigns.
Yes, I remember that.
In the park, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's really a nice one. So, can you give us tips, Mayor, how to launch a campaign?
Well-
For an elected position.
Okay. First, I always suggest that the person has to prepare himself in his career, in his individual success, or not really success, but path in life. In other words, you have to be stable enough financially, career-wise, and others, because people will be looking up to you as a good example. That's number 1. Number 2 is, as I said, you have the heart to have a giving heart. A contributing heart, that you see everybody or almost everybody like your own family. So you will not get tired of helping and serving. And if you help and give, it should come from your heart.
Yes.
not for any hidden agenda,
Right.
so that you will be happy as well yourself. The recipient will be happy and you'll be happy because you did it from your heart. And then so contribution to the community without thinking that you're running. Running an elected office should not be a goal,
Mhm.
but volunteering and service should be the goal.
Yeah.
And it just comes naturally.
Mhm.
I did not intend to run for office, especially here in America, because when we come here, we know that we're here to work.
Work.
Right.
But because I have served and worked with many different groups, and maybe people have seen who I am and what I've been doing, my contribution, and maybe they have thought of asking me to run. And running is also an honor,
Mhm.
in the sense that it's a good opportunity to be able to do more for people
Correct.
and be a good example.
We're really, really so proud of you, Mayor.
Thank you.
And we can't wait for you to get another 2 years again. So, yeah, we some of my church members, they said, "Is he running again for another term?" So I said, "I think this is the last. I thought this is your last. Next year will be your last year. So
Yeah.
there should be another one."
Yeah. Well, again, as I said, I don't plan for what I'll do or run again next 2 terms or next term.
Mhm.
What I do all the time is to excel in my performance,
Right.
and that's the best way of preparing for any other new election or even higher position.
Mhm.
That's the
Yeah.
best way. When you did a lot, then you're always ready.
Yeah, correct.
Right? Like today or last year, late last year, Milpitas was ranked best place to live
Yeah.
Mhm.
in Northern California
Wow.
by Money Magazine, and we're 29th all over the United States.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a
wow.
big thing.
Yeah.
And then
Proud
this
of
year, there was a survey that Milpitas is number 11, that's fine, in the whole of California as a best place to raise a family.
Mhm.
So those are good, rewarding comments and awards, but it's actually a reflection of what we have been doing as leaders of the city.
Mhm.
And-
Mayor, what's the typical day for a mayor? I'm just curious.
Well, typical day is really dictated by appointments and schedule,
Mhm.
because I try to fill up my schedule with good things, either project meetings or even community events. So otherwise, I will be in the office to catch up on my paperwork for communications,
Mhm.
because before the end of the day, I want to make sure that I'm able to respond to emails, to phone calls, because people would prefer a prompt response to the delayed response.
Mhm.
So during the day, I'm all around meeting with people, talking to people. Sometimes I'm here with project meetings or staff meetings. And then late in the evening would be communications, responses.
Mhm. So it's just like full-time job.
For me, it is,
Mhm.
but I don't look at it as a full-time job because I enjoy doing it.
Mhm.
So I don't even long for a vacation because I enjoy what I'm doing. So I feel like I'm on vacation while working.
Mhm.
Yeah, see?
And how about family, Mayor? How many children?
I have one daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's of course,
Graduate.
she's graduated. She just got married.
Mhm.
She works in California, in Southern California. She
Mhm.
teaches at USC, the University of Southern California. She's a dental hygienist and she has a master's degree in public health.
Mhm.
So, I'm happy that she's taking care of her own career and life as well.
Mhm. Is she inclined in politics too?
At this point, no.
Mhm.
She's happy with school and academics, and let's let everybody do what they're happy with. That's why I'm letting her do what she's happy with. My wife is the one that's with me here, who has also been very active in the community and the church.
Mhm.
Like she's president of the Ladies Guild at St. John. And of course, she's my main campaigner during the campaign and helping many at the same time. She's very helpful, and we just enjoy, as I said, being able to do something for others.
Now, Mayor, how often do you go back to your home province?
Okay?
Yeah.
Not very often. My wife does because she still has a brother there.
Mhm.
But for me, maybe once in 5, 6 years. And the reason also is when I am serving as an elected official, I commit. I give my full commitment. And that's why it's very hard for me to take a vacation, because I don't want to miss a single council meeting, for example. That's why today, from 1998 to the present, I have not missed a single council
That's,
meeting.
that's
So it's dedication,
extraordinary.
yeah, dedication. So maybe that's one of the reasons why I don't have much vacation. I did have a lot of vacation when I was out for 2 years. But at the same time, while I'm doing this, I will make sure that I'm able to be with my family and with some close friends.
And normally, Mayor, you do your council meeting every week?
No, first and third Tuesdays. So we're having one tomorrow. Yeah. So right now we're
And maybe
preparing.
one day, Joyce, we will observe how the council meeting,
Yeah.
happens.
You can watch it over your computer, your laptop, because we broadcast it there.
Oh,
If
so
you are
yes.
in Milpitas, it's on the TV. We have on a channel television. So while not very many normally attend the meeting physically, we expect that many are viewing us over the TV. So you can do that too, but of course you're very welcome. You might get bored because issues may not be of interest to you, but for us...
But what are the common issues, Mayor?
Not really issues, but like review of projects, request for rezone, approval of changes in existing projects, new things, new ordinances, request for grants, request for anything, and of course maintenance of the city, like if we have a problem with our current piping system or even budget system and things like that. So very varied, but mostly in development and new development and new projects.
Yes. You know, Joyce, what is really nice about Mayor Steves, he circulates around. I think I invited the mayor on my 50th birthday.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
I think on the anniversary of our foundation.
Yes.
So,
I was on your 50th birthday.
Yeah, that
there,
was in 2010.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're very proud of him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, mentioning that, I forgot to mention that over the weekend, I'm even busier because I normally have a minimum of 5 to 11 or 12 events over the weekend for various communities. And the reason is Milpitas and even Silicon Valley has a diverse population. And so we have the Vietnamese, the Chinese, the Indian, Filipinos. So each group will have their own event.
Right.
Filipinos alone has a lot of events over the year, from different town fiestas to induction of officers and weddings and many things. So then you have to multiply it by each community. So it keeps me busy, but on the other hand, I'm happy to be able to always attend if I can, because being invited, I consider it as an honor. If they invite you, you should be grateful that they invited you than not being invited, right?
Right.
So that's why if you invite me, I'm most grateful because I think I'm honored to be invited, especially special friends. Especially your group that you do good deeds also with your Hearts Foundation. Right, so I want to say be there and thank you at least and join good people like you
But
serving the community.
you know, one question I always get from the local executives in the Philippines, Mayor, how do they would like to establish their own cities or municipalities, kind of a sisterhood with the city of Milpitas.
Okay.
What is the process?
Okay, right now we have the Dagupan City as our sister city. I helped establish that when I became mayor for the first time because we don't have a sister city in the Philippines. And yes, many other cities or towns officials come here, and we would like to we always propose sister city relationship.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of advantages and good purposes, like student exchanges, economic exchanges, and so on, learning what we do at the city, and at the same time exposing their town or city to our city as well. The process normally that I would prefer is I would like, for example, a certain town A, if it's interested to have a sister city in Milpitas, that they will have originated from town A, so that they will be part of the sister city relationship. It's very important because when they come here, for example, town A will come here, these families will be part in hospitality, in making them feel good that, hey, they have a kababayan here. That's very important. And it tends to sustain the relationship. Now, if we don't have those residents, then it dies very easily because people will have to travel to come here every time there's a sister city event. So that's number one. Once we have that, then we have to identify unique kind of relationship. Where are we having this? What can we do as an exchange that would be beneficial for both places?
Right.
So that it's worth the effort,
Yes.
the time and everything. And then after that, then they will just have to go to the Sister City Commission, who will process and, you know, and do the Sister City relationship. So, two basic things, some residents here who are interested from that town or city, and then the second one is, you know, identify the purpose.
In the city of Milpitas, Mayor, how many, more or less, your estimate of how many Filipino families are here?
Okay, now we 12 to 13% of our population is Filipino American, and we're 70,000. So 10% is 7,000. So another 2%, maybe 8,000, 9,000 individuals, not families. So we're around 65% Asian Americans, but most part of this Asian is Chinese American, and then Vietnamese, and then Filipino, and then Indian, and then others.
And do you hold special cultural events for its, you know, nationality or?
Before we do, we give them cultural arts grant, but right now it's group when they come here and do some cultural program, we try our best to support them financially. That's what we do now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So we can also initiate our own Filipino festivities.
Oh yeah,
here?
yeah. We hold it. The Filipino American Association of Milpitas. They hold a yearly Philippine Independence Day and Fiesta every June of the year.
Right.
So maybe you could join them. You know, so
And maybe bring some, you know, local talents from the
Oh yeah,
Philippines.
yeah, yeah. It's a long program, and if you can able to do that, then it will be more successful. It will be a more grand.
What about trade fair, Mayor? Or, you know, a trade fair or an exhibition or something like that?
We have not done that yet per se by the city, but we have partnered with our Chamber of Commerce to do that.
I have
Trade
a-
fairs that's specific for Philippine businesses.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right,
supposing
right.
Oh.
exclusively Filipino.
Oh, that could be a good idea too. We have not done that as far as I can remember, but maybe you could link it hand in hand with Filipino Fiesta, so we have more visibility and crowd during the event.
Yeah.
See, yeah, I would be happy to promote Philippine businesses and products.
Yeah.
After all, they are good, kind, and unique in their own way, so that people here could also avail of them and benefit from them.
I think this would be good news for our businessmen in the Philippines.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, Philippine Trade Commission does that.
Uh-huh.
The Philippine
Yeah.
Embassy, they do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We've done that, I think, twice already.
Here in the city of Milpitas.
Yes. Not here,
Not
not
here.
in Milpitas.
Mhm.
One in San Jose and one in San Francisco.
Yeah, yeah.
Philippine
But I
Trade
think
Commission.
we should support here in the city, considering we have a
Well, I'm very happy to have it
Yes.
here.
Oh my
Yeah.
Just like I invite many groups to conduct or undertake their cultural events here. For example, the Indians,
Mhm.
they have the Holy Festival, the Color Festival.
Yes.
I invite them to do it here, you know, and many more. I'd like people to be doing some events in Milpitas Because after all, Milpitas is a very central place.
Yes, it is.
Right.
That's very easy for many to go in and out
Mhm.
and have a big event here.
Yeah.
For the
Actually, in my last few months in the Philippines, I got involved with filmmakers, and they're doing a lot of indie films, and they're
Oh.
looking at the U.S. as another venue where they can compete.
Okay.
And maybe in the future, Joyce, you're involved with indie film productions.
No,
We can
please.
probably.
Ted
Yeah, yeah.
Narsi.
I think they hold it here.
Yes, in San Francisco last 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, but last year they had it here in
Milpitas.
Dave and Buster.
Dave and Buster's, yes.
So we
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
yeah. So we can.
I
you
was
know.
there, right, but
Mhm.
I wasn't able to go to San Francisco because sometimes if I have a full
Yeah.
schedule, it's tough for me to go up there
I
and
didn't go
spend
either.
the whole night.
But I think
or
if we
all
have
day.
our own competition here in the city of Milpitas,
Yeah,
very convenient for us.
yeah, and we could help whatever a city can do.
Mhm.
We should be able to help.
Yeah,
We encourage,
I
as
think
said,
we will try to
activities in Milpitas.
develop that,
Yes, yes.
Joyce.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Uh,
Yeah, there's also, Mayor, the Leyte Dance Troupe would like to come here on the 9th of April, 8, 9, and 10 of April. And one of my friends was asking me, can we bring them to Milpitas or San Francisco? Their Leyte Dance Troupe, these are young people
Yeah.
that are touring the
Yes.
United States,
Oh, yeah.
for them to at least, get more funds for the young ones that they teach in the school for dance troops
Okay.
in the Philippines.
Okay.
So I said, I'll see if I can talk to Mayor, what is the mechanics of, when we
Yeah.
invite
Yeah,
some
yeah,
other
yeah.
people from, this
My
group.
suggestion
Mhm.
is a big presentation like that to be more successful is if you could involve with many other Filipino American groups
Okay.
in the area. And we have a lot. Like in Milpitas alone, we have 3. The Phil-Am of Association of Milpitas,
Mhm.
the Phil-Am of St. John,
St. John.
because St. John
St.
has
John
a-
is the biggest, I guess.
yeah, has a lot of Filipinos there, and then
Mhm.
the Phil-Am of St. Elizabeth Church, they have a lot of Filipinos there too.
Mm.
And then the Phil-Am Volunteers Group is another group.
Phil-
And of course, in San Jose, we have the Filipino Community
Right, right.
of Philcom, right?
Mhm.
And I'm sure there are many more town and city associations,
Yes.
or like United Pangasinan, for example. Or if you can reach to some Leyte associations, then that would be
Yeah.
good too.
Yes, I will try to look at the website for their
Yeah.
association.
I remember, Mayor, in our phone conversation before that we were envisioning for a Philippine cultural center somewhere in the Silicon Valley.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a challenging project. And major reason really is funding and sustained funding.
Mhm.
Say, for example, we may have the project, but how do we maintain and really support
Right.
the
Mhm.
operation and maintenance?
Mhm.
And the problem, is really a problem, is that we don't have yet a bigger group of Filipino Americans who would have the big heart
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
say, I want to be part of this and I want to build it.
Right.
Compared to, for example, I'll give you a good example, India Community Center
Yes,
Mhm.
is
yeah.
built by
Yeah.
individual Indian families,
Mhm.
and they're able to support it because they're always there, you know. And if we have that really sincere group of Filipino Americans
Mhm.
that who are able to work together for
Right.
this cause,
Mhm.
I think it's one of the big things that we should be accomplishing.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we have one decent sized Filipino community in San Jose. They own the facility, they own the property.
Mhm.
They've been there for years.
Which one?
Philip, it's 6th Street. The one on 6th Street.
Oh, the
Filipino-
senior center?
No,
oh,
it's not senior center.
in the
It's
6th
called
Street.
Filipino Community
Oh,
Center,
yeah.
right?
By
And-
Japantown.
Yeah,
Next-
by Japan
yes, I
Town.
know, I've
Yes,
been there.
they own that. They've been
Mhm.
there.
Sixth, yeah.
Yeah, but I always go there to many Filipino events. But you're right. We should be having a bigger facility
Right.
for us to gather and do work
Yes.
for our community.
Mhm.
Yeah. Milpitas is the center.
I think Milpitas is a good
Yes.
city to have that Philippine cultural
because we
center.
have good support, and
Uh-huh.
many of our kababayan who are here have been very active also and supportive. So it's a good place to start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
So, and before we close, Mayor, what is your vision for the city of Milpitas?
Oh, okay. We would like to continue to be a good prime city, a model city, in the sense that, for example, when BART will be here, that we have a vibrant community around BART. That's one of my vision in there, with homes and businesses out there. We want to now developing Main Street, that's a downtown of Milpitas. Hopefully, we'll be able to start with one big complex close by, so that there will be more people to support the businesses there. We have our water augmentation project, so that we'll have our own water system, because I foresee that the drought will still be here for many years to come. And even there's no drought, that we should value water as a resource. And then we'll continue to keep Milpitas a neighborhood and really a good place for children and families, and continue to have a very low crime rate with very strong financial stature like AAA as what we have now. So, and at the same time continue to prioritize business development and maintenance. In other words, we want to have more businesses in Milpitas and keep them here, and keep the job to resident ratio of 1.9. We have more jobs than people, you know that, almost double. Like 70,000 people, but during the day it's almost double.
Wow.
So we want to keep it that way, and if we are able to do it that way for the many years to come, then we will be in good shape.
Well, so on behalf of the KMVT 15 Silicon Valley Community Media, I would like to express our sincere thanks. Actually, KMVT 15 Silicon Valley Community Media can be seen in 4 different cities: Mountain View, Cupertino, Los Altos, and Sunnyvale. And maybe the city of Milpitas, because partly we are funded by different cities.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so maybe one day the city of Milpitas can help us, so that we will show our programming here in your city.
Okay.
Right now we are seen in Comcast Channel 15 and AT&T Channel 99.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. We have also a community channel here in Milpitas, so maybe you're right. Explore the possibility of having your program also shown in the city of Milpitas.
So again, thank you so much,
Thank
Mayor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for this
Maraming salamat po.
Thank you.
Maraming
Thank you. I'm very
salamat
happy
po.
for this opportunity, and hopefully will encourage many residents, especially young Filipino Americans, as you said, to be out there as good leaders, as good contributors, and people who are looking for a brighter future in the community and in public service.
Yes.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Thank you so very, very much. We're so proud of you, Mayor.
Thank you. We'll do the best we can.
Yes.
Yeah, keep up the good work, Mayor.
Thank you.
May God bless. Thank you.
Thank you.